Toast real quick, right there.
All right, I think I got this microphone going here. You know, Mark called me a couple weeks ago, asked me to do a toast. And, you know, with cell phone technology, I wasn't sure, did he say toast or roast? So, you know, I was kind of prepared for a roast, so we'll kind of gravitate this more toward a toast if I can get there. You know, and I just kind of want to concentrate on Mark's years in North Carolina. Went to school here 15 years ago. And we'll kind of go into 3 parts. And he started at Davidson. And yeah, go Cats is right. And yeah, don't start with that. You got a lot of people in this room that are former and current Cats. So, you know, Davidson, Margie and I get to the, what do you call it, freshman orientation, where we're sitting in the big auditorium and all the parents and new freshmen are there, and we're sitting there and they're talking about, well, we got 86,000 valedictorians and 4,200 valedictorians, and everybody was at least the class president in their high school, and they've won all these kinds of awards, and I think Mark was between us, and Margie and I look at each other like, what are we doing here? And my next message to my son was, you better work pretty hard so you get to stay in a great place like this. And he either took the message or decided it was a great place to stay. But some of you former Cats know some of these faux pas along the way at Davidson. The little experiment with the Asian art class that didn't pan out too well. And the swimmers know Mark set world records in the 150 butterfly. Anyone who's ever been around swimming knows there is no 150 butterfly. You have to go the next 50 to finish the race. Mark had a great time at Davidson, but the main thing about that is the people. And the people from Davidson are still in this room. And it's just wonderful. And what a great group of people that have supported him and now support Mark and Becca through the years. Okay, we'll move past Davidson. Then he comes to Greensboro. He's enters the corporate world, great job, great friends. You know, and we heard some of these stories from the wedding party last night. You know, we hear about this girl, and believe me, being the father, I'm the second to the last to hear. I know that. We met some and go out with them and over the years, and you know, nothing really clicked. And so, while there were many friends and many successes, it's like, where's this all going? And we kind of rhetorically ask ourselves. Well, then it went. Then he met Becca. And when we heard about Becca, you know, Mark, he can be a person of just a few minor words, and it's kind of like, there was this twinkle in his voice, and you could just tell over the phone that there's something going on here that hasn't gone in the past. And so it's a great thing. So, and then we kind of get to meet Becca. She comes up and, you know, hangs out in the Wisconsin winter with us. And, you know, because of who Becca is, there was just a, you know, when you meet new people, you just kind of hesitate a little bit and hold back. And there was this instant comfort. I think she felt comfortable with us, and we just loved her from the day one. And there was just, everything was real. And it's like, whoa, Mark, you got something here. Keep this going. Okay, then finally, Becca's in New York, and about halfway through that session, I was standing with Becca with a few other people, and you know, I'm like, okay, where are we going? So Mark walks up, and you know, with his sports vernacular, I'm like, Mark, I think it's time you sign up with this one with a long-term contract. And it's like, okay, you kind of have to keep it light with Mark a little bit. You can't just hammer him. But that was about as serious a statement as I've probably made in a long time. And so, then I find out how poorly I communicate. What do? They buy a house together with a long-term mortgage. So I don't know if it was a failing on Mark's part or I just didn't communicate well. Fortunately, we're at this point today, and there is a long-term contract. And I've been so fortunate to get to meet Becca's family, get to meet a lot of you, and see the support people that Mark and Becca have. And it's the people that, it's all of you and more. It's just been great to get to know everybody and see why they're going to be successful. So, I want to do 2 toasts. And I don't want to go, oh yeah, I do have a glass. Thank you. The first toast is a toast to all of you who have helped Mark and Becca get to this point. So, here to all of you. Yeah. And then the toast that we finally have this long-term contract. And we wish Mark and Becca the best, and we love you both.